You ain't see Love Is Blind, Brian?
Nah.
I haven't.
Lee, you ain't see it? Damn. Not even a part of it? Have y'all heard about it?
Heard about it. From you. That's about
it.
First time here. All right. This topic has nothing to do with Love Is Blind, really, but so basically, Love Is Blind was like, it's a reality show, obviously, but like the people just like met each other. Like they had to like speed date through like a blind date, basically, and then they got to pick who they want to marry, and then they got like 6 weeks to like marry each other. Like they meet each other on a blind date, and then they actually meet each other in person, and then they go on like vacation for a week, and then they live together for a couple more weeks, and then they got to marry each other, and they just got to decide if they like love each other and want to marry each other. So it's like a speed marriage, basically.
Not enough, man.
It was really entertaining though. It was a good show. It was wild. It was wild.
It was.
But
it was good. It was good.
So
not enough time to.
There's not enough time.
Nah, man.
That was gonna be my question. You think there's enough time to like know if you want to marry somebody or not?
Hell no.
Do you think it's possible to get to want to marry somebody in only 6 weeks?
Man, I feel like it takes years. You never get to know a person, man. Like it's whatever they choose to show you. It's crazy.
That's real. You're right. Never really know. I don't know, man.
It's a nice statement right there.
These girls complicated. You never really know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, man.
True. Talking through a
Very
wall.
true.
Understandable.
It's very true. It's very true. So
you never know what you're gonna get, bro.
Well,
that was a factual thing, yo.
I mean, Sam, you saw Love Is Blind. So
no,
what are
I
your
did.
just overall thoughts on that show?
I liked it. I ain't gonna front. It got my attention. The first episode, I'm like, oh, all right. So they talking through a wall, and that's how they get to know each other. It got my attention. So, I thought it was good because you had to learn who they were, find out what they looked like. Like it's a strong statement, especially when you're watching it, like when you're seeing it happen. But at the same time, Lee's right, yo. You can say what you want. How like you can show what you want to show, like even if it's through a wall or not. You can hide stuff. Like, yo, you saw the show, man. What's her name? Toxic. As hell.
Toxic.
What's her name, bro? What's her name?
Which one?
Man, the girl that screwed up homie that really wanted her so bad.
Oh, nigga Mark. Jessica.
Yeah, there we go. Mark.
Shit, man.
Mark.
Yeah, I ain't see it. Shit.
Shit.
Bro, there was a guy, man.
Is it on that? Yeah, it's on Netflix.
His name was Mark. And there was a girl. What's her name?
Jessica.
I hate Jessica, bro. Toxic woman I've ever seen.
Honestly. Shit, man. I give them
yo, she switched up, yo. She switched up. She was all for another dude. Oh, like, I'm gonna choose this guy.
Lost Bryan again.
The moment he said, nah, I don't think you're the one, she goes back to Mark saying, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, babe. Da-da-da. And it's just a shift. And you're just like, whoa. Babe.
So basically,
you was sweating the other nigga 10 minutes ago. And now because you lost him, oh yeah, I'm all for you. Fuck out of here. That was so trash when I saw that. That was so garbage.
She was feeling the other Barnett. She was feeling Barnett in the pod though, but he ain't pick her. But like for Lee. So the girl Jessica, she was like feeling these two niggas. Well, she was feeling this one guy and he ain't pick her. So then she ended up going with this other guy. But this is, mind you, they ain't meet each other. They ain't see each other face to face. So they just was talking in the pod. And they was getting to know each other. And she was feeling them. And then when they met, she was like, she wasn't, I guess, I don't know. I don't think she liked his look. I just don't think she liked his look. I feel like she liked him until she saw him. And then she saw the other guy that she missed out on. She was like, damn, yo, I wish I could have got that guy. Like, that was more her type or whatever. But then she was basically like, not leading them on, but like,
bruh,
like
it was
giving
just
them a hard time, pretty much.
Shifting the pods. It was disturbing. That's all
Course,
I gotta
man,
say.
course.
It was a shift.
It was shit. It was sad for a lot of people, bro.
Fucking Mark, bro. Chasing waterfalls. That shit's sad.
It was sad for him, but hey, man, shit.
Shit,
I mean,
eating that up, bro.
She wasn't feeling that nigga though. So I mean, like, I knew she wasn't gonna marry him. Like when it came down to the end, like I knew, like she wasn't feeling. I would have been shocked if she would have said yeah.
She walked in, said nah, walked out.
Pretty much.
At reunion, Mark still sweating her. That was sad.
That leads me to ask y'all, like, do you think, like, all right, so do you think you should have to compromise in a relationship? And if you, like, what should you compromise if you should compromise anything? Like
compromise, like
what things do you think, like?
Oh, you mean like say something you're not
anything.
you're not 100% with, but it's like, all right, we're in relationships. So
yeah, because everybody.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Typically, people are everybody's different. So like you're not gonna find somebody who agrees with everything that you are, and vice versa. You're not gonna agree with everything that somebody else. So, but do you think that you should compromise?
I mean, yeah.
And like what?
But you can't be. Yeah, but you can't just be 100% compromised on every single matter, because it's like, whoa, all right, yo, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, you ain't even okay. If you compromise on every single thing, and agree on every single thing, who are you?
Yeah.
Where's the you? It ain't there.
Just lost yourself.
You lost yourself, bro. Nah. But yeah, you gotta compromise, or it's just. But there's a limit, yo. There's a limit. You can't. Okay, for instance, say I'm trying to do a stupid comparison though. Like, I'm really trying to think of something like stupid. Like for instance, say someone's like, "Yo, you can't eat that." Just what I'm saying? It's like, no, I don't want you to be eating that, and it's just like,
I got you. You love cereal, and the person you with doesn't like cereal.
Doesn't like cereal. No, I don't eat cereal. That's a limit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that deal breaker. It's like
it's
trivial. It's trivial, but like, is that
I can't
a deal
eat cereal? I can't have that. What's the problem with that?
What you think, Lee? What you think, Lee? Is like shit like that a deal breaker?
Just certain things, bro.
Yeah, like that's like controlling, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that. Exactly what Lee just said. That reaches a point of like, that ain't compromising. It's just okay. Yeah. I don't know about this. I don't know. You're doing some weirdness now.
Trying to control my life at this point.
Like, we change the channel? All right, cool.
Can't rock with that.
You can't, I don't know. You can't,
basically just getting rid of shit that you do on your everyday.
Things you like to do that really ain't affecting y'all both, but it's just saying you can't do it just cause. Things like that too. It's like, nah, I ain't sitting here saying you shouldn't do this. You like doing that, do it. But if you're trying to just
what if it's something like, what if it's something like you smoke cigarettes and they don't like smoking cigarettes?
Well,
like they want you to stop doing that.
They say they trying, right? And then you notice that trying just don't really exist, then it's like, what's happening here? I thought you were gonna stop. No, I'm gonna stop, don't worry. Months later. You stop yet? No? All right. Keep trying. A year later. Smell some toxic. No? Okay.
Smell some toxic.
So it's just like, all right. So it's just, if you do a bunch of those type of deals and nothing ever
I've been in a relationship with that exact issue too, by the way.
It's like, yo, you ain't compromising.
Yeah, man. I get it, man.
I ain't trying to be with someone that's killing himself, bro.
What you got, Lee? What you think? Just compromising as a whole.
Shit, man. I feel like we should be able to like what we like, but if there's something to better each other, you know, in a way, then yeah. If it's something for fun that you just like to for your own enjoyment, and that person doesn't like you, fuck off, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
You're right.
Fuck off.
Yo.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You can't compromise your happiness for, you know.
Like, I'd be better.
I don't know, man. You can't compromise your happiness for anybody.
If there's just certain scenarios you bring up or something, then I'd be like, you know, I'll probably go in. But I'm trying to think of just situations and can't think of any right now.
Well, like, you just can't compromise shit that makes you happy. Like, obviously trivial shit. Like, but like, you know, if you like doing shit, man, and that person don't want you to do it, like,
they're just not for you. Like, there's a point where you gotta be like, all right, maybe this person just isn't for me, you know? And a lot of people do not be, you know, wanting that or believing that. Because, a lot of people be putting a lot of time into people. And then, you know, as time goes on, they be like, okay, maybe this will get better, whatever. But you start finding out, maybe this person ain't for me. But people ignore red flags, let that shit rock for another 2 years. And then they're like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna leave. Like, that's what this shit happens. Shit happens. I've seen it happen.
What's your guys' limit of like shit that you willing to put up with? Like what makes you put, like, what, obviously, like, I don't know, what makes you guys put up with shit? Like, if you're in a relationship and there's shit that your person doing that you don't like or that you're not feeling, like, what makes you?
Well, if you talk, okay,
put up with things.
Say if there's something that's happening and it's like, yo, you ain't with it, you know, you talk about it, and then it's like, okay, and it's like settled. But if you have to keep talking about the same thing over and over and over and over again, it's just like, you know, that ain't getting fixed. And you talk about it again, and it's like, all right, so if this ain't working, then so what are we doing? Obviously it's not working. Yeah. It's just after you say the same thing over and over again about a certain subject or something you may not like or whatever, and you can't come to like an agreement or like a set of terms to be like, okay, this is fine, then yeah. I don't like forcing things, yo. If you gotta keep trying to make something work or force it to work, then in my head it's like, all right, then this just ain't it then, you know?
That goes with, I think, all relationships too. Like, not even just like couples, like friendships, like partnerships. I don't know. I feel like,
yeah, man, that's
you know,
pretty much any situation.
Like, any relationship you have with somebody, you shouldn't have to like continue to force something to happen. Like, you know, like,
yeah.
So, I don't know if you working with somebody. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Just like,
oh yeah.
I don't know if you're just not feeling something.
Oh.
But you got to keep on like going over it. Like, you know, we shouldn't do this, we should do that. But like, you got to keep on reiterating shit. I don't know, man. It's like, you shouldn't. Like, it is what it is. Like, the person telling you, like, they telling you without telling you that, like, this is what it's gonna be. So you got to deal with this.
If it reaches a point of a very serious conversation, and what's said is said, and it's still happening, slowly floating away. You know, like, it's like, until you really sit down and have that like real conversation, like, yo, and it's still BS. So
keep stepping, man.
True.
Yeah.
Because someone could say a bunch of things a number of times, but then until you actually sit down and really talk about it, it's like, all right, so this person's for real, or she's for real, or whatever the situation may be, and it's still happening. It's just like, all right, yo, I ain't trying to force something clearly that only I'm worried about. So
yeah,
man, you just get away from that. Because you gotta watch yourself too, yo. Some people be, it gets me sick, man. Some people really be like lost in themselves from other people's actions, yo. And it's just get your shit together, bro. Get your shit together.
Do you like? You guys believe in like changing somebody, like you see somebody that has potential, but like you want them to sort of be something that they're not, but like you want them to be like what you want them to be, like, if they just stopped doing this and did this, like,
I mean,
or do you think people should just like, like if they not what they are and it is what it is, man, I just gotta act accordingly?
I mean, if I see that they are like there but not there yet, and I could see what they got to change to get where they want to be, but they're just blind to it in a way, then I'll try to like, talk about it and like, but if they be like, you trying to change me, this and that, then I'm out of there, man. I can't, like, I'll just try to help if you let it, basically.
Right. Give somebody like a push.
Yeah.
A little push or something like that.
If we're not talking relationship wise,
just in general. Well, they have to be going that direction though. Like, if you see they want to, like maybe they want to get somewhere, but they just inconsistent.
Yeah. Oh, so
give them a little push.
In general. Always. Oh, that's always a thing. I'm always trying to preach and help people and talk, but there reaches a point where, don't be wrong, some people do be like, all right, this did help, I'm starting to do this and the third, but yo, if you really been trying to help someone, yo, and you're starting to feel drained, like yourself, and you're starting to cause a toll on you, you kind of gotta be like, all right, I did what I could. I really put everything I could, and it's still like this. But, at least you tried. But you can't hold someone's hand if they just smacking it, Like, it's just, it reaches a point, like, for real, it reaches a point. But I don't mind trying, and you start helping, and et cetera, but eventually, you have to back off, because that's going to be your life mission, trying to save this person. It's like, no, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Like, it's just,
shit.
Can't.
I ain't trying to get a flag, bro. You can't sing that song.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Nah. But I agree with you.
In a relationship.
But what do you think? All right. So on the other side, on the flip side, what do you think? Like, what do you do if like somebody's trying to, I don't know, maybe not necessarily change you, but trying to get you to do something, but you don't see it for yourself? Like, I don't know. Like, where's like, do you think like, oh, I'm just right, or like, should you be listening to them? Like, I don't know, like where.
Nah.
Like, how do you figure out if you're right or if you should listen to the person?
Like, so pretty much when you get I can't think of a situation, but say if someone's like, yo, you should start doing this and that and the third.
But you think you're right. Like, what do you, like, I don't know, like, but maybe you're not right. You don't know if you're right or not.
Nah. If it's something that's like, you realize like, yo, you don't know about, or like, for instance, someone walks up to me and says, yo, I want to, like, I'm trying to think of a situation. Like, say if someone says, yo, you don't know anything about this, let me try to tell you like how it goes and stuff, and the subject's basketball, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't know anything about
Something
that.
you don't know about.
I don't know about that. You're right. Let me know. That's how the draft works? Oh, I ain't have nothing to say. But say if it's like, say if someone's telling me how to tune a vocal, right? And they're like, yo, you should do it this way. I'm probably going to come back with like, this is the way I do it. I don't know if you've done it this way. It becomes more of a conversation of like, oh, you do it this way to do this. Oh, but I do it this way to do this. Like,
well, yeah,
I ain't saying I'm right.
Right. But on that front, you know what you're doing. Like,
yeah,
to a degree, you know what you're doing. You comfortable with what you're doing. So like, you can't really tell you that you're doing it wrong necessarily.
So it depends on the subject that you're told about. Like, but if it's like I already know that. Like if someone says, yo, 2 times 2 is 4, you know, I'm like, yeah. But then if they say 2 times 2 is 0, I'm be like, no, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? It has to be like a definite infinitive thing for me to be like, you're wrong.
Right.
It depends. It really does depend on what it is. Like,
Lee, what you think? Like in a relationship, like I don't know, your girl or whatever trying to like get you to change some shit up that you've been doing, but like I don't know, you might not see that as a problem. Like I don't know, what do you do? Do you like listen to that? Like, oh, maybe I should take that into consideration, or like fuck that, I'm doing my shit. Like fuck that.
All right. If what I'm doing is making me happy in a way, and she sees that as a problem, then yeah, that's not changing. But if it's something that's neutral, you know, like it's not really taking or adding, and I could change it for the cost of the relationship, you know, then yeah, why not?
Right. Little compromisation, something like that. I mean, shit. It got to be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just got to take a step back. I think you got to, in every situation, you got to like take a step back and like look at the whole thing like from the outside and just be like what am I doing? And like, what are they talking about? Just listen to what they talking about. And like, if what I'm doing is like a bad thing, or if I'm happy with what I'm doing, like then I'm cool with it. Like I'm not going to change it. But if they have a valid point, then maybe I should like, give some consideration. Like, okay, maybe I should stop like snorting lines of cocaine every morning. Maybe I should stop.
Oh yeah, that's the way.
Like maybe that's not healthy. Yeah. Shit. About to have Bryan chime in. He coming back.
Oh yeah, he coming back.
He's back. He has some technical difficulties. Apologize, people.
Yeah.
I got a phone call from an unknown number. So I'm searching it on
back
Google.
To what Sam was saying about like people trying to tell you things that you don't see yet. Like it'll depend where that person is. If you're like, let's say as an artist, right? And somebody that's already successful and acquires success, and they see you going a direction that they're familiar with, you know? So for me, it would depend like where that person is at right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Like you're not gonna.
Man, but
it's like if you're trying to like, I don't know, you're trying to work at a bank. You're trying to work at a bank or something, but like there's a plumber giving you advice on like, nah, you should start over here. When you go to the bank, you should do this and then work your way up to this. But it's a plumber and he's never worked at a bank. It's like, I'm not gonna. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, but like, if somebody who's like manager of a bank, owns a bank, and he's telling you what you should do, you're gonna listen to that because like this nigga's been there. He knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Or like if you're doing music, it's like if Diddy hits you up, man. If somebody like Diddy hits you up, Kanye West hits you up, and giving you music advice,
different degree of
listen, like it doesn't matter how much you think you know. If somebody like Kanye West hits you up to give you advice, fuck everything you know is going out the window. You were listening to what that man said.
Yeah,
true.
Man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, but this is the way I do it. Bro, I'm telling you right now, it's not how you do it.
Like,
all right, yo, believe it.
Like
that's
nigga,
literally how it
like
go.
it'd just be like, nigga, I'm Kanye West. Like
it's like, all right, yeah, you ain't, yeah.
Like, what are you telling me right now?
Yeah, it's true. No, that's very true.
Yeah.
We got to circle back for Bryan though. But what you? All right, so we talking about like compromising in a relationship, and everything in general, friendship, relationship. So, do you think you should have to compromise? And what do you think you should have to compromise? If you, or maybe you don't have to compromise.
Compromise with what exactly? Can you give me maybe an example?
Well, we said like, okay, say if you're in a relationship and, for example, somebody you eat cereal every day, but they don't like cereal. They don't want you to eat cereal anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you compromise on that? Like, okay, I don't need to eat cereal to be with this person. Or would you be like, I like cereal. It makes me happy. I can't compromise on that.
I mean, I'll compromise if it makes sense. Like, if cereal is doing me harm and I keep eating it every day, then yeah, I'll stop eating it. But cereal is fucking cereal. I love cereal. I'm gonna eat it as much as I want, Like, I don't see what the problem is. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat it every day, but I'm still gonna eat cereal every now and then. Like, I'll compromise if it makes a little bit of sense. Like, I mean, cereal, you shouldn't eat cereal like every day as like a meal because it's not a meal. But
right, but I mean, but you shouldn't. But like, I mean,
if it makes sense, I'll compromise.
But what if you happy? Like, you just happy eating cereal every day? Like, I don't give a fuck about my health. This is what I want to do. I just want to eat cereal.
I think I'm more I'll realize that that's not a good move, so I won't do that shit.
Word.
When you say it that way, yo, then it's like, all right, maybe I should cut down. Like, he makes sure that he has an issue,
right?
That's not.
That's what we said too, though. We was like, what if it's something like you smoke cigarettes and like your partner doesn't want that, like, for you, or that they don't like that. So like, it's basically that it's something detrimental.
I'll do my best to compromise. So if it makes sense to me, yeah. If it's doing me no harm, you just don't like that I fucking do it, then no, forget you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
If it's doing me harm, if it's not actually good for me, then yeah, I'll listen. Yeah, I'll try and compromise. Like, people who tried and quit can't because they're addicted, but it is what it is. I'd compromise, yeah.
You got to listen to what they're saying. Like, if your partner said, you got to really listen to what they're talking about. Like, listen, I don't want you to smoke cigarettes because it's not good for your health. It's not good for you. If that's what they're saying, you got to listen to the message they're telling you. Like, if it is, then all right. But if they just telling you, oh, I don't want you to smoke weed because that shit's stupid, just stop. Like my friends don't smoke weed. Why are you smoking weed?
I smoke more weed than
exactly. It's like, the fuck? Like, that's what I want to do.
You know what's crazy to me is when things are very one-sided. It's like, yo, you can't do it, but I can. I've seen people in that, and I don't understand it to this day.
I hate hypocrites, man. It's like top 5.
I don't understand that. I don't.
Hate it.
I don't understand it, yo. It's
top
like,
5.
It's like, yo, but you just said you ain't a fan when I do it. Why can't you do it? It's different.
It's not different.
It's like if somebody's like, they going out with their friends all the goddamn time, and they cool with it, like, oh, you just gotta accept this. I have friends, so whatever. But if you go out with your friends,
it's a problem.
One day it's an issue.
Yeah, nah. See, so that's
like, goddamn
problem. You have to stay home. Nah, bro, you can't go.
Can't go.
What you mean?
What you mean?
I'm going. I already got my shoes on. Out of here.
Or when the effort is one-sided.
My car already heating up. Already got the car heating up, bro. It's over.
Okay.
Nah. I must say I have dealt with that a lot. It was very one-sided with a lot of things, and it wasn't fair. But I think we both had like our things like with that. So like coming from that, I like doing things like, oh, we're gonna do this correctly. If you do something, I'll do it. But if don't be upset when you do something. Don't be upset when I go ahead and do the same thing. Like, it's a
take,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Communication, man. It's the number one key. Like in every relationship. Every relationship.
Yeah,
Even
this was
fucking
easy.
friends, couples, fucking school, like shit, school, nigga, like shit. That's what they want you to do, like, right? If you missing class, they want you to call or say something like, oh, or email your professor like, I'm not gonna make the class, blah blah blah, and then they'll be like, all right, and then they'll try to accommodate you or whatever. But if you just don't show up, be like, well, this nigga don't give a fuck. I'm gonna give him an F.
Don't give,
basically,
that's so true.
You gotta communicate. But and then we was like, well, how do you feel about like, I don't know, I guess all other relationships, like friendships, everything, like should you have to compromise on things in like a friendship or partnership or a work relationship? I don't know. Like, you think you have to compromise?
If it makes sense, I say compromise. If it makes sense, I say compromise. If it doesn't make sense in the sense of like if it's not making you happy, why should you compromise if it's taking away from your happiness, you know?
Right.
Yep. That is probably the best sum up I've heard in the past 40 minutes of this topic. It's true. Takes away from your happiness.
Right. Is that the first person you check with? You got to check with yourself first.
Should always.
Yo, key is love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, what are you doing?
Right.
It's very true. It's very true. That's very true.
Cause yo, people be not loving themselves, forcing themselves in situations, and it's like, cause you trying to get that approval that someone enjoys you, since you don't enjoy yourself. Like, there's people like that, yo, and it sucks.
That's sad. That's sad as fuck.
It's true.
That's like depression. Like, man, what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's like, bro, you forcing this, and it's like,
you don't get accepted. That's depression right there, man.
I think it's even worse. Like when you're forcing like I don't know, like a friendship, some shit like that. Like as opposed to like a relationship. If you're like I don't know, like clearly you have a friend that doesn't like you at all, or they're like making it very obvious they don't give a fuck about you, but you still try to force like communication with them, but it's like, like everybody else can see you just like oblivious to it. Like, yo, this nigga don't like you. Like, I don't know what you, like, you feel me? I don't know why you don't see this shit.
It's like, painful to watch because it's like, you see it. You know, this person's trying to be your friend, trying to fit in with you, trying to, you know, get your attention, just trying to fit in with you, and then they just get rejected, and then it's very painful to see. I mean, it's also painful to see in relationships, but people will just like don't pay attention to it because it's on the person in the relationship. But like when it comes to friendships, it's like, damn, it's painful to see.
Yeah, man.
Shit, that just reminds me of freaking high school when you're trying to be cool with the cool kids.
Oh man, that's
it reminds me of
and it's like,
growing up.
You really try to be friends with it. It's like, huh? Maybe they don't want to be friends with me. Like,
it's like you just want to go back in time and tell your little self like, yo, you cool. You
about to say at the same time you don't even need it, but you feel like you literally the same thing. Literally the same thing with a relationship. Yeah, it is the same thing.
Wasn't it crazy? Because like, you know, like I think we was all around in the same demographic, sort of like in high school for the most part. So like, wasn't it crazy like when you like hang out with the kids that you thought was cool or whatever, like way back, and then when you finally hang out with them, you're like, these niggas suck. Like they kind of lame. Like, like I'm not even having fun with these niggas. They corny, yo. Like, but your corny friends are like your real friends, and they're like, yo, like we having fun over here, but these niggas is like lame. Like fuck.
Yeah.
That's so
it was just like how people dressed that made them cool or whatever, man.
It's true, yo.
They went about things too.
Trends is just the people that followed the trends, that were on top of the trends.
Man. Yeah. Shit. They wearing a pink sock? I gotta get a whole stack. Like,
and then everyone wearing yellow socks.
Everyone,
By the time you got the pink socks.
Nigga switch on you. You come to school.
Pink socks. You wearing yellow?
Remember that episode of Ed and Eddie when everyone was having like a trend and stuff, and like by the time the Eds got it,
yo,
yeah, a quick trend like.
Yo, I forgot what it even was, but I know what you're talking about.
Wasn't it the big ass lollipops or
the jawbreakers, or they got them last? It was at the end of the episode where
no, like they had a bunch of different things. It is that show that got jawbreakers.
Oh yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
They had like a little paddle thing, like with the paddle ball. Like everyone had like a little paddle ball, or everyone had like hula hoops or something.
Bro, they had a hula hoop, and they was like, "Whiz, it's time to whack."
Yeah, there you go.
They had like hula hoops and shit. I remember what you're talking about. And they was like, while everybody was outside with hula hoops, and then the Eds went, and they went to go get their hula hoops, and they came back, and everybody was playing some other shit.
Yeah, and they're like, "That's so whack, bro. Like, we don't even play with that anymore." And it was like just like a few minutes ago.
Y'all niggas was just playing with this shit 5 minutes ago.
What you mean?
Eddie got fed up because he's just trying to fit in and everywhere.
I remember
Eddie always fed up with the cul-de-sac.
God damn. Yo, yeah, man, that show had a lot of low-key like childhood messages and shit growing up.
Yo,
it did.
Dang, what's his name was funny.
Ed.
No. Well, yeah, but
Ralph,
yo, Ralph was like one of the funniest people.
That nigga was country as hell, bro.
Oh man,
that nigga from the old country.
Got a whole farm, man.
Nigga had a farm.
Had a farm in his backyard.
Bro was taking care of the whole farm. Nigga was like 14 or some shit. Taking care of like a whole farm by himself. Like,
he knew everything, bro. Yo, he was really funny.
Did they ever show their parents though? Like,
nah, they showed Eddie's big brother one time, and that's it. In the last episode, the last special.
Yeah. They never showed the parents. They was in school. There was like a whole season where they was in school, and then there was no teachers though. They was in classes, like
yeah.
And it's just them in summer break. It was summer break, and then they finally went to school, and then that was it.
Damn, there were no parents. Yeah.
Nah, hell no. I mean, don't get me started on the conspiracy theories, bro. Like, there's a whole theory to that. I don't got time for that one. Hell no. But shit. So I don't know. Final verdict on compromising. What's your last word, thought,
if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Doesn't make you happy, don't do it.
Nah, if it doesn't make sense, doesn't make you happy, don't do it.
Yeah.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Don't force something that, don't want to be touched, bro. There's a lot that people be forcing and trying to make
broke,
work.
don't fix it.
Yeah, like, yo. All right, that's what you like. This is what I like. I guess.
Leave it at that.
I guess this is how it is. And yeah.
Oh, I forgot to ask you too, Bryan. How do you feel about making somebody compromise about something? Like you don't like what they're doing.
I don't.
But like if you're not feeling what they doing, like they doing something, you not like you just like I don't really like that.
Oh, I don't like to make people change unless they want to do it on their own. So either they change, I'll maybe like bring it up, like it's not really my thing. Maybe you can not do it around me as often, or just don't do it, please, or something. Like I just say that it bothers me. But if you don't want to change, I'm not gonna force you. I'm just not gonna stick around. You know what I mean? So I don't want to deal with that. Like you change on your own. I don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good philosophy. Yeah, that's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to try to force people to do some shit they don't.
And normally I don't try to make them change unless it's something that's really not good. So,
Yeah.
So I don't really